Hello students, so today we are going to start our next chapter, which is chapter number 7 of NCERT. Chapter name is Triangle. So we are going to start, this is chapter number 7 of NCERT, Triangle. We have already discussed about lines and angles and basic properties of triangle in our previous chapters. In that chapter of lines and angles, we have studied about different types of angles and various properties of angles, and we have also studied about different types of triangles and some properties based on triangles. Now this chapter is basically about the most important part of triangle, that is called congruency. So this chapter is concerned with the congruency of triangle. Okay, so in this chapter we will discuss about different types of congruency, what is the meaning of congruency, and different types of congruency we will discuss in this chapter. So let us start the chapter. So first we come to the term congruency, or what is the meaning of congruent figure. You have already studied about congruent figures in your previous classes also, but let us revise it. What is the meaning of congruent figure? Which figure is called congruent? So you have studied about superposition. Superposition or superimposition means if two figures you have given, suppose if we talk about a line, suppose we have given these two lines, one line is line AB and another line is given which is line CD. So these two lines will be known as congruent lines if both of them superimpose on each other. Means if we take the line CD and put it on AB, then it will cover it completely. Means the line CD will superimpose on AB, it means it will cover up the line AB. Then the line CD will be known as, will be said as the congruent, will be said as that line CD is congruent with AB. Similarly, if we have given any other figure, like if we talk about a circle, suppose this is our circle and we have given another circle, suppose the center of the circle is O, and we have given another circle whose center is O dash. Then if we take this circle and put it on this circle, and if it covers it completely, means if this circle O dash superimpose on O, then we will say that both the circles are congruent. What is the basic meaning of congruency? Congruent figures means those two figures which superimpose on each other by placing on each other. Then those two figures are known as congruent figures. Now if we talk about triangles, suppose we have given these two triangles, one is triangle ABC and another triangle we have given, suppose this is triangle PQR. And if we take the triangle PQR and put it on triangle ABC, such that the triangle PQR covers ABC completely, none of the vertex, none of the side is remaining uncovered, then both the triangles will be known as congruent triangles. So whatever figure you have given, if both the figures superimpose on each other, then we will say that both the figures are congruent figures. But there is one problem. When we talk about lines and circles, then it is easy to check that these are congruent or not. But when we talk about triangles, then we may be given the triangles in different form. Like if we have given suppose one triangle in this form, suppose this is our triangle ABC, and another triangle is given in this way, this is triangle PQR. Okay, then how will you check? So for checking the congruency of two figures, we can rotate them in any direction. We have to check the superposition of each other. So for that, suppose we will take the triangle PQR. If we put triangle PQR just like it, then it will not cover the triangle ABC. But if we rotate this triangle PQR and if we place this triangle on this triangle by rotating, then also they can be congruent. This triangle can superimpose the triangle ABC also. So it is not necessary that we have to take one figure as it is and put it on another figure. We can rotate it Okay, we can change the direction, we can do anything, but both the figures should superimpose on each other. Then only both the figures will be known as congruent figure. So what is the definition of congruent figures? The figure which superimpose on each other. The figures which superimpose on each other are called congruent figure. Are called congruent figure. So this is the definition of congruent figure. Now, if two figures are congruent, now if we talk about the congruency of triangle, because in our syllabus we had to discuss about the congruency of triangles only. So now let us start with the congruency of triangles. You can find the congruency of angles also. Suppose you have given two angles. One is angle ABC. This is angle ABC. And another angle is given. Suppose this is angle PQR. So if measure of both the angles, measure of this angle, suppose this is 45 and this is also 45 degree. And if we put this angle on this angle, then both the angles will superimpose on each other. Then these two angles will be known as congruent angles. So congruency means any two figures, any two shapes which superimpose on each other, then they will be known as congruent figures. Okay. So now let us start with the congruency of triangles. Congruency of triangles. Now when we talk about the congruency of triangles, then one thing is that we can take one triangle and put it on another triangle, then both the triangles may be congruent. But it is very difficult task, because if we have given any type of figure, any shape of triangle, suppose one is like this way, another is given in this way, then how to check? Because we cannot take the triangle outside. Either we will have given the sides, means the length of the sides and the measurement of the angles we will be given. Then how will you check whether these two triangles are congruent or not? By checking the sides and angles. So for that we have some criteria based on which we define the congruency of triangles. Okay, those criteria you have already studied in your previous classes. In class 8th also you have studied about different types of criteria of congruency of triangle. So let us start with the different criteria of congruency. So criteria of congruency of a triangle. So for that, the first is our axiom, and this axiom is side angle side axiom, SAS axiom, which is known as side angle side axiom, SAS axiom or side angle side axiom. So this axiom tells us about the congruency of a triangle. What does this axiom say? It says that if we have given two triangles, suppose we have given two triangles in such a way, suppose this is triangle ABC and another triangle is given which is triangle PQR, which is triangle PQR. So we have given two triangles. If two triangles are given in such a way that two sides, any two sides of the triangle, suppose side AB is equal to side PQ, side BC is equal to side QR, and the included angle between both the sides are equal. What does this axiom say? if we have given two triangles in such a way that two sides of both the triangles and the included angle between both the sides of both the triangles are equal, then both the triangles will be congruent. Means if we have given that if AB is equal to PQ, BC is equal to QR, and the included angle between both the sides, that is angle B and this is angle Q, and angle B is equal to angle Q. If this condition holds, okay, any two sides of both the triangles and the included angle between them, if this condition holds, then we will say that the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. This is the symbol of congruency, which you already know from your previous classes. You have studied about this symbol in class 8th also. This is symbol of congruency. So triangle ABC will be congruent to triangle PQR. Okay. Now if we see, if both the triangles are congruent by this axiom, side angle side axiom, we are not going to prove any criteria of congruency. Okay, we will just solve the questions based on congruency. We will not prove the criteria of congruency. How does this criteria comes out? Okay, we will just write the criteria and we will solve the questions based on those criteria. So now if these two triangles are congruent, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR, what does it mean? It means that the triangle PQR will superimpose with ABC, or ABC will superimpose with triangle PQR. So if this condition holds, that both the triangles are congruent, then they will superimpose. It means triangle ABC will superimpose on triangle PQR. ABC will superimpose on triangle PQR. And if this condition holds, if both the triangles are superimposing on each other, means side AB and side PQ are superimposing. If we put this triangle on this triangle, so this will be P and Q. Okay, this side will be AC and this is P and R also, and this will be Q and R also. So what does it mean? It means we can say that the side AB will be equal to side PQ, which is already given. Then side BC will be equal to side QR, because both are superimposing. These two triangles are congruent. It means both are superimposing. That means BC will be equal to QR, which is already given. Now the third side, which was not given equal, we have given only these two sides equal. We have not given AC is equal to PR. But if both the triangles are congruent, it means they are superimposing. And when they are superimposing, then this condition should also hold, that AC and PR will be equal. So AC is equal to PR also. Similarly, this angle B was equal to angle Q. This was given. Angle B is equal to angle Q. But when both the triangles are superimposing, it means angle A will be equal to angle P. Angle A is equal to angle P, and angle C will be equal to angle R. It means if we have given any one criteria of congruency, if two triangles are congruent, then it can be congruent by any criteria. We will discuss about all the criteria later on. But if two triangles are congruent by any criteria, then all the corresponding sides and corresponding angles of both the triangles will be equal. Means side AB will be equal to PQ, BC is equal to QR, AC is equal to PR, angle B equal to angle Q, angle C equal to angle R, angle A equals to angle P. So three conditions will be given, and you will find out the next three conditions yourself, because when both the triangles are congruent, then the other three conditions will also hold. It means this particular term is known as congruent part of corresponding part of congruent triangles are equal. Corresponding part of congruent triangles are equal. This is termed as CPCT, which you have already studied in your class 8th also. CPCT. What is the meaning of CPCT? corresponding part of congruent triangle. If it means if two triangles are congruent, then all the corresponding parts of both the triangles will be equal. That means if AB is equal to PQ, BC is equal to QR, then the third side, that is AC, it will be equal to PR. The corresponding side AC will be equal to corresponding side PR. Angle B was equal to angle Q. Then the angle A will be equal to corresponding angle P. This angle corresponding to angle A is angle P, and angle corresponding to C is angle R. So if any one criteria holds there in the congruency, then all the other sides and angles will also be equal. Clear? So this is our first criteria, side angle side criteria. Whenever we have given two sides of two triangles equal and the included angle in between both the sides are equal, then both the triangles are known as congruent triangles. And if two triangles are congruent, then all the criteria means then all the conditions, that is corresponding part of congruent triangles, hold. Okay, so what basically we have to do in this chapter, we will be given some conditions like two sides are equal or one side one angles are equal, and we have to find another side another angle equal, and then we will use any one criteria of congruency. And when we will use any one criteria of congruency, we will prove both the triangles as congruent. Then whatever we have to prove any other condition, any other side equal or any other angles equal, that is what we have to prove in this chapter. Okay, so we will be given the different shapes and size of triangles, but we have to find any one criteria, and after finding any one criteria, we will use the corresponding part of congruent triangle equal, then we will prove whatever is required. So this is basically what is the task of this chapter. Okay, so let us start. This is our first criteria, side angle side criteria. Now let us discuss another criteria. Now come to the second criteria. Today we will discuss all the criteria of congruency. Then from the next class, we will start the questions based on all the different criteria of congruency. So second criteria is, the first one was side angle side. So the second is side side side. This is side 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 congruency. Side 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 congruency. What does it mean? It means if we have given two triangles, if two triangles are given in such a way that all the sides of both the triangles are equal, means if we have given two triangles ABC and a triangle PQR, if we have given these two triangles, triangle ABC and PQR, and if this condition holds, if the side AB is equal to side PQ, if AB is equal to PQ, BC is equal to QR, DC is equal to QR, and AC is equal to PR, AC is equal to PR. If this condition holds, then both the triangles, that is triangle ABC, will be congruent to triangle PQR. Then this condition is known as side 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 condition, if all the three sides of both the triangles are equal. Okay, now if this condition holds, both the triangles are congruent, it means they will superimpose on each other, and when they will superimpose on each other, we have already given three conditions. And then what are the three other conditions? Three other conditions are the angles. It means the corresponding part of congruent triangles are equal. So if we use by CPCT, by corresponding part of congruent triangle, then what will happen? Then angle B will be equal to angle Q, because side AB will overlap with PQ. So B angle will come with Q angle, means the corresponding angles are B and Q. So angle B will be equal to angle Q, angle C will be equal to angle R, and angle A will be equal to angle P. So if we have given these three sides equal, then we can prove any of the angle of both the triangles equal. So this is our side 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 criteria of congruency. Note down. Now the third criteria is Third is angle side. This is angle side congruency. Angle side congruency. So what is angle side congruency? Now if we have given two triangles, ABC and PQR, suppose this is triangle ABC and this is triangle PQR, and if we have given the condition, what is the condition? Two angles. If two angles of both the triangles and side, which side? The next side. If we are taking, suppose we are taking the angle A is equal to angle P. If we have given angle A equals to angle P, angle B is equal to angle Q. Angle B is equal to angle Q. Then the next side means the side after these two angles, whatever the angles we have given, angle B and angle A and angle B is given, then the side next to these angles, either it may be AC or it may be BC. It will not be AB. Okay, the included side should not be there. The side will be always the next side of the angle. That means we can take angle, then side BC can be taken or side AC can be taken. Similarly here, if angle P and angle Q are correspondingly equal with angle A and angle B, then the side may be taken as PR or QR. Means if we have given angle A equal to angle P, angle B equals to angle Q, and the side BC is equal to QR. It may be BC equal to QR, or also it may be BC is equal to PR. Anything can be given. We can rotate. We will discuss it later on, how to rotate, how to change the direction of figures. So first we are taking the simple condition. So if we have given these two angles, angle P, A equal to P, B equal to Q, means two angles of the triangle and the third side, which is not the included side. Then also both the triangles, that is triangle ABC, will be congruent to triangle PQR. Then also this condition will hold. This is the third criteria of congruency, angle side. And if this condition again holds, so these two figures will superimpose on each other. And when these two figures will superimpose, so what will happen? By CPCT. What will happen by CPCT? By CPCT, since angle A is equal to P, B is equal to Q, now the third remaining angle is C. So angle C will also be equal to angle R. Angle C will also be equal to angle R. Now side BC was equal to QR. Okay. Now the side between these two angles A and B is side AB, and the side between angle P and Q, that is the corresponding side of this triangle. The side, we have taken the side AB, then the corresponding side in this triangle will be PQ. So we will write AB is equal to PQ, and the third side which is remaining, that is AC, so it will also be equal to PR. So by CPCT, these three conditions will also hold. Clear? So it is our third criteria of congruency, angle side. Now if we discuss about the fourth criteria of congruency, it is angle side angle. This is our fourth criteria, angle side angle congruency. Now again we are taking the same figure, but the condition here changes. What is given? Angle. So if we have given two triangles such a way that the angles, two angles of the triangle, that is angle A is equal to angle P and angle B is equal to angle Q. It was in our previous criteria also, but in this case it is angle side angle, that is side is coming in between both the angles. It means we will take the included side now. So what is the included side? The side between both the angles, that is AB, and here the side is PQ. It means AB is equal to PQ. So if this condition holds, means if two angles of both the triangles and the included side between both the angles of both the triangles are equal, then both the triangles will be congruent. So in this condition, triangle ABC will be congruent to triangle PQR. ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Again, it means they will superimpose on each other. So what will happen? These two angles are already equal. Now the third angle is C and the corresponding to C angle is R. So we will write by CPCT, angle C will be equal to angle R. These sides are congruent, these sides are equal. So the remaining side BC will be equal to QR and AC will be equal to PR. This condition will also hold by CPCT. So this is our fourth criteria. Now the fifth criteria is I am not proving any criteria of congruency and there is no need to prove these criteria. We have to solve the questions by using these criteria. Now the fifth criteria is RHS, which is known as right angle hypotenuse side congruency. Right angle hypotenuse side congruency. So this criteria is basically used in right angle triangles. Whenever we have given right angle triangles, then only this criteria can be applied. So what is this criteria? Suppose we have given two right angle triangles. Suppose this is triangle ABC, in which angle B is 90 degree right angle, and another triangle is given, triangle PQR. This is triangle PQR, in which angle Q is 90 degree. So if you have given two triangles like this, triangle ABC and triangle PQR, angle B is 90, angle Q is 90. So what is right angle hypotenuse side criteria? If the condition is given, if in two right angle triangles, one is already right angle, means both the angles are equal, 90 degree, then hypotenuse. If hypotenuse of both the triangles are equal, that is AC is equal to PR. If AC is equal to PR, angle B is equal to angle Q is equal to 90 degree. One 90 degree angle, another is hypotenuse. And any of the third side, whether it may be base or the perpendicular, so we can take base or any side. So if we are taking BC, so BC is equal to QR. So if this condition is given, what is the condition? Right angle, that is B and Q are right angles, 90 degree, then hypotenuse and any one side, means that may be perpendicular or the base. Then both the triangles will be congruent. Then triangle ABC, it will be congruent to triangle PQR, and by CPCT, both the triangles are congruent, then they will overlap or superimpose on each other. Then what will happen? This side will overlap with this side will overlap with this side, then the third side will also overlap with this side. It means we can say AB will be equal to PQ. This angle will overlap with this angle, so angle R will overlap with C. We can say the corresponding angle of C is angle R, so angle C is equal to angle R, angle A is equal to angle P. So this condition will also hold if both the triangles are congruent. So these are the 5 basic criteria of congruency which we will use in this chapter for proving different types of question. Okay, so note it down, all the criteria. So let us start the questions based on congruency. So let us solve first question. Now we are going to discuss the NCERT. Okay, so you will start solving the exercise 7.1 of NCERT. Exercise 7.1 from NCERT. Now we will discuss only NCERT. So NCERT exercise 7.1, question number 1. So we have given a figure like this. This is A, B, C and D. This figure is given. So what is given? We have given in quadrilateral ABCD. In quadrilateral ABCD, AC is equal to AD. What is given? I am writing what is given. So given is AC is equal to AD. Means AC side is equal to AD. Okay, AC is equal to AD. And AB bisect angle A. AB bisect angle A. This is complete angle A. So we have already discussed about the bisector of angle in the chapter lines, angles and triangles. So if AB bisect this angle A, what does it mean? It means these two angles will be equal. This angle will be equal to this angle. So we can write it in given. Angle CAB is equal to angle DAB. This is given to us. Because AB is the bisector of angle A. It means angle CAB will be equal to angle DAB. It is given to us. Now, what we have to prove? So we are writing here what we have to prove. We have to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ABD. This is what we have to prove. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ABD. And what can you say about BC and BD? What can you say about BC and BD? This is also asked. So let us start the proving. So two triangles are given here. This is a quadrilateral, but we can consider two triangles. Which two triangle? Triangle ABC and triangle ABD. So if we consider both the triangles in triangle ABC and triangle ABD, if we consider these two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle ABD, then which criteria can we find here? First we have to find the criteria that whether these two triangles are congruent by any of the 5 criteria. So let us check which criteria we can use. In both the triangles, side AC is equal to AD, it is given to us. Side AC is equal to AD, it is given. These two angles are also equal, it is also given. And what is the third side which is equal in both the triangle? One side, one angle, one side, one angle. It means we have to find another sides, because we can use the criteria side angle side or angle angle side. So any angle is not given equal. So first let us find which another thing which we can get equal in both the triangles. So if we draw both the figures separately, the most simple method is draw the figures separately. This is ABC and another triangle, it is given in the downward side, but we can draw it like this. This is D, this is A, this is B. So if we draw both the triangles separately, then you can check it very easily which two sides are equal. So we have given AC is equal to AD, it is given. We will write AC is equal to AD. Why it is equal? It is given to us. AC equals to AD, it is given. Another side, another angle, angle CAB. What is given? Angle CAB is equal to DAB. These two angles are given equal. CAB is equal to DAB. Angle CAB is equal to angle DAB. It is also given to us. Now the third thing which is equal in both the triangle, what is that thing? This is side AB. And again here it is side AB. It means we can say AB is equal to AB, and this side AB is common in both the triangles. So we will write AB is equal to AB and it is common in both the triangles. So AB equals to AB, which is common. Now what criteria we have got? We have got the criteria side, angle, side. Means angle is included in both the sides. So we will write here the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ABD by side, angle, side criteria. Okay, so if these two triangles are congruent by side, angle, side criteria, This is what we have to prove. And another thing is asked in this question, what can you say about BC and BD? So what is BC and BD? If both the triangles are congruent, then we can say here by CPCT. What will happen by CPCT? Both the triangles will superimpose. It means CB will be equal to DB, or we can say BC is equal to BD also by CPCT. And we can also say that this angle B will be equal to angle B and angle C will be equal to angle D. Okay, so in this way you can solve the questions based on congruency of triangle. So now you will start solving the exercise and 7.1 of NCERT. We will discuss more questions of exercise of NCERT and some more questions based on this exercise in our next class. Okay, till then you have to solve the problems of exercise 7.1 from NCERT.